What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Los Digitals. Today we are here with our extra special guest,
Hey.
Digital Jeff. So, first of all, we want to thank everyone who has been commenting, sharing, and liking our videos. We really appreciate it, and we see you guys. And just know we're taking everything into consideration. The first thing we want to get into is Stranger Things Season 5. So, as y'all know, Stranger Things Season 5 is coming back this year, I believe. When is it coming out? I think August or July. And just to give you all a little recap of what happened at the end of Season 4 is Vecna was able to get enough victims to open the portals between the Upside Down and...
He got Max.
He got freaking Max, guys. You remember Max that or no?
The redhead.
Redhead.
Oh,
he was dating,
she died, right?
She was dating Lucas.
Wait, is there a spoiler alert here for those who haven't seen Season 4?
Oh, I guess spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
I mean, it's been years.
She hasn't died, by the way. She's going to come back. But yeah, he opened the portal between the Upside Down and the real life, I guess. I don't know what you call it. So now basically everyone's like screwed. And they're going to have to figure out a way to save the world. And probably 11's going to be the one that's going to be doing the saving. Because she got her powers back, right? So also in Season 4, she lost her powers. But I believe she got them back like towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
How long has it been since it came out? Like the first season to now?
Almost 10 years. I remember it coming out in like 2016.
We're still in New York.
What the heck?
That's when we first watched
2016 to 9 years. So that means like 11 is probably not of... Like, how old is she now? Is she like married now?
She's married. Oh, she's engaged.
She's 20. I think she's 22. She's a year older than me.
No, you know the reason I started watching Stranger Things was because there was one summer where Season 2 came out. Dad took away all our phones. Yeah, he took away all our phones.
Why would I do that?
So we could be outside more and touch grass. So my dad took away all our phones and Ariel would watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would watch it with you guys, but I would not know what was going on. But I was like, damn, like, because it was interesting. So that's when I started watching it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and watch it myself.
I was actually sad because my friends and I were planning to watch Stranger Things together when it came out, but I had no communication with anyone. So I had to watch it with them.
She had
no smoke signals or something. That's how we used to do it back in the days.
You should have used the Stranger Things way.
As it is, I was barely touching grass. You think I would know how to send a smoke signal? What the hell?
Yeah, I do, bro.
You gotta tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell them to call you or to
freaking bike right to their house. Like Stranger Things.
I did know a lot of somebody's. So.
But yeah, that's how I got into Stranger Things. But going back to Season 5, what do you think will happen? Actually, before you say your predictions, I do want to say this. There's been 2 of the cast members like on social media that they said like, when they saw the script, they just like walked away. Like no words, speechless. When they saw the ending, they just walked away. And one of them was 11. So Millie Bobby Brown. So what do you think will happen?
A lot of people say that Steve will die.
But they've been saying that since Season 4, no?
No, I know. That's why I think that he won't die. Because they've been saying it for so long. And if he does die, as heartbreaking as it is, I feel like it's not that surprising because of his character development. Like he was like an asshole in the beginning. He was like just a bully, and then he had character development. And then so I feel like to kill him off is kind of predictable, which
then they wouldn't make that happen. They're smarter than that.
Well, that's why. That's what I'm saying. Like
which character are we talking about here?
Steve. He was the one.
I need a refresher. I need to watch like one of the seasons.
He's the babysitter. He always refers to himself as the babysitter. He's like the older guy. He used to date Nancy in the first season.
Yeah, but I probably don't know Nancy either.
Never mind.
I'm so behind on it.
No, yeah.
I did see all the seasons, I think, for the most part. Is the last one when they're like across the world, like in Russia or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did see
Season 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that season.
Who's the guy that was like in the jail?
That was Jim.
Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper.
Okay, so you see, I'm thinking Steven Hopper is the same guy, but no. I'm so confused.
Steven Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper. They saved Hopper from jail because he ended up being alive.
He was held captive. Okay, well.
Do you remember what happened to Max? Or no? The redhead.
The redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember.
Like when Vecna got her and like her bones like... but then they saved her enough like for her to not die. But when 11 tried to go into like her like, cause she was like possessed by Vecna, I guess.
Mhm.
So when she tried to go into Max's world, it was just like empty. Like her mind has nothing in it. So she's still alive, but people are saying like she's dead. And then like their predictions are that 11's gonna go like get her spirit back from Vecna. But I thought did Vecna die?
No, Vecna didn't die. Cause
Didn't they throw fire his ass?
yeah, but he didn't die. He got back up. And he left. And
Oh,
one knows
yeah,
where
he
is, but they know that
escaped.
he's hurting. They know that he's hurting.
Yeah, he's in pain right now.
He'll be back soon, obviously, because he opened up the portals.
So do you think Max will survive and be like a human again? Or do you think she's
Max
gonna be
will
like
survive.
paralyzed?
I think Max will survive. She's gone through enough trauma. Like, don't do that to Max.
Max.
0 chance she survives.
You don't think so?
Not 1%.
Maybe I'm being too optimistic.
Like, if you see this last season, isn't like her whole body broken into pieces?
Yes.
So how is she gonna physically survive that?
It's just her arms and I think her leg. Like
Her legs already went like.
Her legs and her one arm, I believe, or the other way around.
Oh no! And the worst part is her eyes.
She went blind.
They like
yeah.
got like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He popped her eyes. I don't know. They went white. That's all.
Well,
I
what do you
remember.
think is gonna happen?
I believe it's gonna end with 11 saving the world, but they're like she's gonna be a sacrifice type thing.
Is this the last season?
Yeah, the final season.
Yeah, she dies.
She's dying, right?
You think? That's so sad because she barely had a life.
Yeah, that was her. Like most.
And the only life she actually had, she was getting bullied.
I think about like anybody that's like put in that, like if anybody that's actually plays in that type of like character role, whether it's in real life, like think about Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
The entire life he sacrificed it to become the best basketball player of all time. He fulfilled that mission, and then he passed away. See, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. That was his life. That was what he came to do. And I think with 11, like it's a similar.
But like he
Yeah.
enjoyed doing that though, no? Like that was his life goal.
Like
Well,
his passion.
he
His
enjoyed
passion,
like
yeah.
I think he enjoyed the game itself, right? But
The work.
the work is not something like that says too enjoyable. Like
Yeah,
putting
that's
in,
true. That's true.
You know, playing
Yeah,
through
definitely.
playing
Not.
through pain and all that.
So you think that's how it's gonna end with her dying?
If I was the writer, yeah, I'd probably do it earlier in the season.
And you think she'll die like saving the world, or the world's not gonna be saved and she's gonna be dead?
I think she sets it up so
That
They could
the
succeed.
finish the
humans
job?
can save the world.
Yeah.
Think so
'Cause-
too?
No, I'm like, yeah, like that would make sense.
What do you think though?
I don't know, cause I rewatched like the 5th season recently.
The
And-
fifth.
The
4th season recently, and I was thinking about like I don't know, maybe I guess because I was just thinking too far ahead, but like to envision her life outside of the whole saving the
Oh,
world
that's-
is really hard for me to like. How does she live a normal life, or like how do obviously like how do any of them? But it's just harder for her because she didn't have a childhood. Like she was basically like a lab rat. Like she was made to like as a what's it called? She was like made as a weapon. So it's hard for me to envision her life outside of her powers because I don't think she has an identity outside of that.
That's really
So-
sad.
Well, that's what the last season was about, no? Where she lost her powers and she had to
Yeah,
get an
Right.
identity.
but then she didn't. She got her powers back.
I just
Yeah.
remembered the reason why I remember some of it is because we were watching it together,
Yeah.
or like we randomly put it while we were cooking in the background. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's gonna be.
You haven't voiced your opinions.
I mean, most
I
of the
did.
most of the like the most powerful stories end in some form of tragic.
Yeah.
So I think like
Yeah.
there's got to be some form of tragic for it to be end in a powerful way. It can't be like they run into the sunset and like
No,
Hey.
obviously, like I feel like
And-
it wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be a great show if it didn't end somewhat bad. Not bad, but like something happening, like you said, tragic.
But in each season, something tragic happens to set up the next season, right?
Yeah.
Like when Billy died, that's Max's brother. They hate she hated him, but she ended up loving him at the end, like because that was her brother and he died. It set it up her being like depressed and everything, and then
Vecna
that's how
too.
she became a victim of Vecna. Like she's in the friend group and they're gonna try their best to like save her. There's gonna be some type of barrier with her, like oh they can't do this because we need to save Max first, or like it's either like leave Max and like this we could do this, but like she's gone now.
No,
But
but
they're gonna like try to
you
keep her.
know what I always think about in season 2 when 11 runs away, you know how she meets those group of people that have powers and they also have like the numbers on them?
Oh yeah.
They never came back. Like they haven't been.
I forgot. Everyone forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone forgot about. I don't know if everyone forgot about them, but after the second season, like nobody spoke about them, or they weren't. Like there wasn't anything like, oh, like what about them? Like I just remember her leaving.
You're talking about season 2, right?
Season 2, yeah. Like
Where there's other of the same kids that were in the same.
She did like spiders. She would make you see hallucinations.
Yeah.
One of them.
So I'm like, maybe they'll come back in season 5 to help.
They better. They're gonna need them.
Because she just left them without.
Wait, I've seen this movie before. Isn't this movie called The Avengers?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they all come back at the end.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? I need to refresh.
Was the Avengers like Endgame? They go back in time to get everyone to fight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wait, but they went back in time. But wait, why'd they go back in time?
Because so many of them had died because of Thanos.
But they didn't get them back, did they?
Yeah, they did.
They got back Black Widow.
Black Widow was one that wasn't got. Yeah.
Brought back.
I need to rewatch this.
She was not the one that was brought back. Like
yeah,
she
I remember
died
her permanently dying.
Because she was sacrificed.
for the
Oh,
stone.
for the stone.
Yeah.
Mm.
But even characters that were like brought back, like Gamora, she wasn't the same Gamora.
Oh,
Like, she
that's
was
true.
different.
Okay, yeah, now I remember.
It's the multiverse,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So they brought back
That's
Gamora.
wild.
Oh, but at least Gamora's back in the world now.
So what other show are y'all excited about?
What other show?
Hmm.
There's obviously Stranger Things coming out.
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm watching The Last of Us.
Oh,
I
that
never
one I haven't
got
seen
to
it,
watch
but I'm
it.
so excited for that one.
Have y'all seen season 1 of Last of Us?
I've seen
Nope.
season 1. That
Oh, y'all gotta start with season. Oh, you've seen season 1, but
Yeah.
Jordan, you gotta see season 1.
I will.
I saw a spoiler on season 2,
Oof.
and I was like, "What?" Like
Don't spoil it.
No, I
Do
wasn't-
not spoil it.
I wasn't gonna say specifically what, but it was just like it was because it was the what's it called, the subtitles were on it, and I was like, "What the hell? Like what this got to do with the show?"
So you're confused as hell.
Yeah, I'm just confused because I was like, that's not what I remembered. Like the last time I watched it, the last time she was with what's his name, Pedro Pascal. What's his name in the show?
I forget his name in the show, but yeah, him.
And then it's now I saw this like, and I just wish I didn't see that because I was like, oh, like it makes me not even want to watch it. But I'm just curious as to like what
Sometimes
happened.
though you'll forget that even like you'll forget the spoiler you watched and you'll still be shocked when it happens. That happens to me a lot.
No,
Wait, is there a name for that? Like forgetting something that you think will not benefit you?
No, I don't know. We could look it up. Did I look it up?
wait, a what?
'Cause
Like if
that
you
always happens to me.
yeah,
Like,
if you- like I don't know if that's happened to me or not, but I try not to watch spoilers. I don't even look up movies that I want to watch. Like I don't like to even watch trailers.
Yeah, I was about
Oh,
to say
yeah,
I don't even
movie.
watch the trailers for any movies because it's like, why am I? If I watch the trailer, like, bro, like, I don't even bother watching the movie because
Some movies will actually do like trailers that they don't expose the whole entire plot, and you'll like completely throw you off. Oh, like speaking of you, they just released season 5. Like for season, do you care if I spoil?
Haven't even seen season.
Not for season
1.
5, but it's a spoiler for season 3.
Well, it's just me personally, I don't care. I'm just thinking
Okay.
about the audience. Like if they haven't seen it and they're watching it right now. and
Spoiler
then you spoil
alert.
it.
There's a spoiler alert, guys, but it's mainly for season 3. Well, in season 3, it's because he found his match. Like a crazy girl loved him. Her name was Love. But for the trailers of season 3, like all the teasers and trailers for season 3, because season 2 ended with him realizing like he has his match. But then the trailers for season 3 was everything was going to happen all over again where he finds a new girl and he's going to like stalk her and get obsessed with her and all that stuff. And that's what everyone thought season 3 was going to be about. But as soon as season 3 starts, he's obsessed with the girl for like one episode. And then his wife, the crazy one that matches him, she kills the girl. So like everything that everyone thought, like all the trailers that were released, like it just got killed off episode 1. So like the whole plot was different.
yeah, that season was good.
That was it.
But yeah,
that
I
was
guess
actually a really cool strategy to
Uh-huh.
create even more buzz.
I was like, every season has been good so far, but like, why are you gonna go for someone else after you found like your soulmate, and then like, boom,
Because
you thought wrong. Like
one
the girl
ever
was gone
going-
after episode 1.
Yeah, no one was ever going to be good enough for. I think the only one that was gonna be good enough for him again. Spoiler alert, was the one in this past season. What's her name?
Kate
No. The redhead.
Bronte.
Bronte, but not because of their chemistry, but because of the fact that she was willing to accept who he was, but not fight against, like, not like the way Love was, like, she accepted him, but she was also a killer. And then Bronte, she didn't kill anyone. Like, she was more.
She let her be protected.
Yeah, like she let herself be protected, and that's what, like, Joe thinks he's like a knight in shining armor. Like, he protects these ladies from like their broken lives, and like he's there to fix them, and so, and I think that's why like Bronte would have matched, but at the same time, no, because it was a whole act. Like, her thing was just an act.
Yeah, season 5 was something else. I don't know.
It was
I liked it.
I was
liked every season.
excited for that. I was excited for season 5 because it was like finally ending. You know.
Is the show already over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
no, more,
Done,
no more
yeah.
seasons.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons were strong though.
The ending was cool. Can I say it?
No.
No, you know what?
I don't think you should say the ending. No. Nah, don't say it.
Okay.
We can do another video on that.
Okay.
I think, because think about it. Like, imagine if somebody is watching it right now, like listening to
skip.
and yeah.
Okay, you're right.
so
Never mind. I won't say the ending, but just
Yeah.
I think it was a good ending. People are hating on.
The trailer that came out yesterday. Did y'all see Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out May 26th?
Oh yeah,
I don't know nothing about
2026.
Yeah. Well,
No, they make so many jokes and memes about that because they're like Euphoria is gonna come out before GTA 6,
that. How long
or
has
they were
GTA
like
been?
GTA 6 about to come out before Euphoria season 3 because Euphoria is taking so long too. But it's because they've been teasing GTA 6 right for so long now, and they're like it's how do you call it when it's predicted to be released on this date, and it's like predicted to release this date. Like it just keeps pushing it back.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But they got another
So it's
release
predicted
date.
to come out when
May something 2026.
So
a
still
whole year later.
Whole year from,
Yeah.
A year
For
from
real?
today.
Yep.
Oh no.
GTA 5 been around for a long time.
I wouldn't even want to get the game anymore. Just forget about it.
I want it.
Nah, people are gonna be hyped.
Wait, but what is
the whole
GTA
world will
about, though?
like shut down for that moment.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
GTA is like you can play a story mode or like free mode. But a story mode, I don't really know, but you have to follow a story and do like the task. But it's basically like gangsters. Not gangsters, I don't know, but
Like, think about just Grand Theft Auto in general. Like,
yeah.
you know, breaking into a car, stealing it, taking it. Like that's a general term for like the way you live in that video game.
Yeah.
But what's the point? I mean, I guess I don't play video games, but what's the point of the game? Like the same plot for like 6 different games, or
I think there's
5
different
different
plots each time. If like in
But
the
it's
story
like-
modes.
But wouldn't you be doing the same things? Like, yeah, like your missions are a little bit different, but
Okay,
overall,
but it's still fun because you got to complete the mission. You got to kill the people. You got to like break the.
It's also a whole different vibe. Each season is a different vibe.
Yeah, like I think GTA 5 is San Andreas, so you're like in the beach and stuff.
Oh, I think I remember.
And then
that
from what
one.
I see in GTA 6, it looks like I don't
Like
know, it
Miami,
looked
like
complete-
Miami Vice.
I think so. I don't know, but they're completely different.
Yeah.
I don't.
I would always play the what did I say? The
Demo
free will one.
free will. I remember playing.
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle. Because I would hate following a story mode because it's like you can't skip and just do what you want. So like my goal every time was this sounds wrong to say, but to run over people and then like get a bounty and run away from the cops in a car. And then I would like, it's just the adrenaline because I would like to kick, once they shot down my car, like my tires were giving out, I would like try to rob someone mid traffic stop and try to take their car.
You had a whole strategy there.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm
Oh
going to
my
get the bounty
gosh.
off of me somehow.
Video games are intense.
It was actually Lil Herman, I think, who introduced me to GTA 5.
No wonder people like they say like video games they get into your head and like you think you live that life but you don't.
Yeah, you don't, guys.
Well, Fortnite's possibly coming back into the iPhone.
I saw that
I
too.
thought it was
I'm so
already back on
excited.
the iPhone.
There is a way to get it on the iPhone, but it's not through like Apple. You have to go to Safari, go to Epic Games, and then you have to like add Cloud Xbox Gaming into your home screen. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
You have to do that, and then you can play from there. But it's like pixelated and glitchy, and I feel like when it was like on the App Store, it was way more like
Yeah.
it was more convenient, and it was just less glitchy, and it saved all your settings more.
Yeah, I should be able to make a comeback. There was they've been going through litigation or like a lawsuit.
They're beefing, right?
Why?
Basically, like Apple charges 30% commission off anything that gets purchased through the actual
Game.
Yeah, like if you have an app on the App Store, any purchases that are made from you towards the app, Apple gets 30% commission. So
Fortnite didn't like that.
Fortnite or Epic Games, they found a way to actually get paid 100%
Instead of giving them a little
Apple
fee.
kicked them off the App Store.
Oh, so like if they were to buy a skin through Fortnite, does that mean that they would take away 30% of that, or what do you mean?
Yep, that's exactly
Oh.
what it means.
Okay.
No, I was so mad because if you ought to know, I was a Fortnite mobile player, and that's where I would play my Fortnite because I didn't play like PS4 or nothing back then.
Damn.
Because I was like Jeffrey Stink, and I was like, I play on my phone, and I would actually buy like battle passes, V-Bucks. I would get like Apple gift cards just to get like a new skin, save my money. And then one day, like boom, it's off the App Store, and I was like, what the like.
Wait, so you don't
All
have
the
it
money I
anymore?
wasted, I'm like, how am I gonna play now? Like, I don't have a console, so yeah, I was really disappointed.
That is actually
That's sad.
that's actually very sad. I
Yeah.
can only imagine what you experienced that day.
I was just like, what am I supposed to do now?
Switch
I would
cast
always
again.
screenshot my wins. I'll get like 14 kills.
I'm raised to play Fortnite with Jordan.
Oh yeah,
I was like, what? I think I was like a sophomore, a junior.
we would get dubs.
Oh my gosh. It's like such a like an era. No wait, I was like wait no.
Let me tell you a good era. When my parents got into Fortnite, Digital Jeff was gaming till like 4 a.m. because we got a PS5 for
No.
Christmas,
That's Christmas.
and we downloaded Fortnite. So my dad started getting into Fortnite. I did actually recorded like one of your first wins.
Oh,
win,
But like
Mom?
he just clicking so
Dude.
many buttons. You're like,
It was like a lucky win.
It was a lucky win. They're both like, they already know where they're shooting.
Mom and dad?
No, it was like dad
No,
against
I was
one
by
other
myself.
player.
It was,
Oh,
I was like, get him.
that's so funny.
And dad ended up winning.
yeah. All these movies, make me crave popcorn. All this movie talk.
Me too. Don't we have some?
I think we do. Didn't we get a delivery?
Yeah,
we did. It's actually right here.
Ooh, what do we have there?
Khloud Protein Popcorn.
A special delivery.
A special delivery for Digital Jeff.
Somebody at Shrug loves you. Yeah. Shout out to Shrug.
Shout out to Shrug. Shout out to Cloud.
Yeah. It says pop it open. So pop it open.
So we're going to pop this open for you guys and give it a good try. Let's see.
Ooh.
Oh, look at it. The inside, guys. It looks so nice.
Hey, Meta, record.
Let's see.
Yeah, I should record with yours too.
Did mine start going or no?
No.
Miner did.
No way. Yours is dead.
Bro, I've been charging. I remembered, guys, one thing about these Meta glasses. Sorry to. If you're not going to be using the Meta, remember to turn them off. Because
You can turn them off?
you can turn them off.
The off button. Yeah, like a little switch.
Because I'm always like, why is my battery draining so quick? But because
It's always connected.
they're always doing some.
I don't
Even
know
when
all
you don't
that.
use it. But yeah, turn them off so you can save your battery. But here's Khloud Protein Popcorn. It's the good stuff with zero fluff. And it has 7 grams of protein per serving.
Ooh.
So let's see
all
it.
the gym rats.
Yep. Do we just rip it?
7 grams of protein per
Yeah.
serving. Yeah, that's actually going to be great for movie nights.
Yup. Let's see. Do we rip it?
Here, I'll
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
There.
Okay, tilt it down though so they can
If
see.
there's an envelope or something with special writing, don't read it out loud because I don't know exactly who
Ooh.
packaged it and sent it.
There is.
See snacks differently.
He just said to not to read it out loud.
Oh, you said that?
It's okay.
Oh. Okay, well that's all we'll say for now.
Well, because
Okay.
I haven't even seen the bag, so I
Oh,
wanted to make
okay.
sure that.
Here, you wanna hold that down?
Yeah, let's see
So
it, guys.
Cloud is a new popcorn by Khloe Kardashian.
That's why it's called
This is like a humongous
Cloud.
box.
It's a really cool package.
They're very pleasing to the eye. So we have right here in the yellow, we got white cheddar. We got olive oil and sea salt, and then we got sweet and salty. I love sweet and salty
Me
popcorn.
too.
We should try one right now on camera.
Let's try one. Which one should we
Yeah.
do?
Well, you said sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty. All right, grab the sweet and salty. So this sweet and salty. Let's give it a try. Get that. Do you want to read it?
Sure.
It's just like a little. I think we could read it,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Saying the protein. It's made with coconut and olive oils.
Is it per bag or per serving?
Per serving. Because there's 5 servings.
Good stuff. Zero fluff.
Good
do y'all
stuff,
think?
zero fluff. Let's see.
I can literally eat this all day.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know me and popcorn.
Besties?
Yeah. But you can get these at Target, so they're all over Target. They'll probably be,
Target?
Yeah. So next time you go to Target, load up. You can also go to the website. It says, meet Khloud, delicious snacks that are full of only the good stuff, zero fluff. Oh wait, let me go back.
Yeah.
It says here, see snacks differently. Meet Khloud, delicious snacks that are full of only the good stuff, zero fluff. Our protein popcorn is made from real ingredients that you can pronounce, contains no seed oils, and is crafted with triple the protein of other
right now.
popcorn brands. Snacking is looking up so you can look good. I made that last part up.
Oh.
Heart, Khloe. Ooh. Thank you, Khloud, for the hookup. Khloud Protein
Thank you, guys.
Popcorn.
It was
No.
good.
So my favorite thing to do always is one of my favorite things to do of all time. I know I've said this before, but I want to repeat it on camera.
Yeah.
Is going to the theaters, ordering the biggest
Tub of popcorn?
tub of popcorn, Coke Zero or some type of soda, sitting down like 5 minutes before the showing starts, started eating my popcorn. That moment right there before the movie starts and to the start of the movie, like it's like bliss. No problems in the world exist. And I'm like, just
That's
in
true.
Some form of ecstasy. It's just
All that dopamine hitting your brain. The
No,
Coke.
I used to never like commercials or trailers, but like at the movies, I like to watch every trailer because I don't know.
I also like
Just
it
the
just because
feeling. Yeah.
it gives us extra time because we run late for everything.
Oh yeah, guys.
So those extra 30 minutes, love it.
well. So there's a study that being done on that.
They keep going higher and higher.
Yeah, so I was
Oh,
saying,
yeah?
yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
Like the
So it
commercials,
was
right?
10 minutes, and then it's like now it's 15, now it's 20, now it's even like 30.
No, yeah, that's some. I was like
Minutes.
30 minutes late to the movie and it still hadn't started. I was like, what the heck?
So it used to be where if you don't show up on time, we don't care because you don't have any other options. You missed out on your own movie. Now, nowadays, there's so many options. There's so many theaters that people are catering to the millennial Gen Z type lifestyle where people show up like casually 15, 30 minutes late to something, which is now showing in like things like this. Like you go to the theaters now, it's now 30 minutes. It used to be 5-10 minutes. And then it was like 15 minutes when you guys were like kids. And now
Yeah,
it's
I
30 minutes. Imagine like in 10 years, it's going to be like, within the next day it'll start.
That'll be so.
There better
annoying.
never be
I
a day
hope-
where you have to wait a whole hour, though.
I hope it. Yeah, like it reaches like a. Yeah,
It gets to a point.
yeah, it gets to a point. Cause
Can
what
you
are
hear
you
the
doing?
crunch?
Huh?
Can you hear the crunch?
That's what I was thinking.
It's a like. It sounds like a fluffy crunch.
Yeah, it's a little cloud.
Low club.
Because that cloud,
I actually
believe
really
that
like
nutritious?
Chloe's, she's so funny. There's always this clip that just like plays in my head. It's because like Jeffrey, me and him, we always bicker, right? And then so there's like, I guess in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, there's like this scene where it's like Khloe and Kim are fighting. I believe it's them two or Khloe and Kourtney. I don't know. But I always told Jeffrey, I'm like, oh, like you're so easy to piss off because of that little part. Because
You reenacted with Jeff,
yeah, I'm like you're so easy because
but you're Chloe you're the Chloe version.
oh no. So I think either Courtney or Kim tells her like, "Oh, you're so easy to piss off," and then like she walks away, and then Chloe's like, "You're so easy to make insecure." And she's like, "Let me go tell her she has a big butt." I think something like that.
So you tell that to Jeff?
Yeah, like, I'm
That's
like
yeah, you're mean.
no, not the big butt part. But
I see that.
I think just every time I'm like, "You're so easy to piss off," like that just like plays in my head.
Oh, it's
Because he is.
You're so easy to make insecure.
Do y'all watch keeping up with the Kardashians?
No, I watched like clips on social media, but that's about it.
They come up
I
on
think when I
TikTok.
was little, mom would put it sometimes. No.
Yeah, I know mom used to watch it. I think it was like a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't like. That's the thing. Like what you just mentioned about it being like online and there's being like I think that's literally like the secret to like just creating a powerful show is like these clips need to make it online. See what I mean? So
Yeah.
because that's the way people consume content nowadays. So for like so like Mr. Beast used to not make short form videos. Now he's making like short form videos on top of his
Like-
YouTube channels.
And he'll
Yeah.
cut it off at the best part.
Yep.
They're like, done. Like, what the f-
Then you like
I was
pause
just
for
about to
another,
watch.
like 30
Yeah, I'm going to go
minutes.
look for it.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the way they've been able to like stay so relevant. So think about like how many years they've been relevant. You think about creators that they come and go, right?
Yeah.
They have like a whole empire, like everything that like from like the modeling to like their own businesses, just everything is just crazy. Like,
I have a short
And-
theory. Oh, wait, go.
and they're like their social media. Well, they know how to market. They're like marketing geniuses. And then Chris, the momager, she made her daughters famous.
Oh, they cursed him. Oh.
And kept them famous.
Yeah.
And kept them like, I don't think people understand like how smart she is. Like the mom.
They're all
Yeah.
smart, low key.
So yeah, have you guys ever heard of like the Disney map that
No.
Disney made? So
Oh.
basically, I actually need to show it to you guys because basically what it is, it's this map that Walt Disney made that connected the synergy of all the things that he was going to create over the course of making Disney what it is today. So when he first started, he put like Mickey Mouse at the center, right? In order for you to experience Mickey Mouse, he would make like comics, but then he would also make animated films, right? And then he needed music, so he made like a music studio, and then he made theme parks, and then he made merch. But like Mickey, that was just one, right? In order for Mickey Mouse to become like to make Disney possible, he needed friends and characters. So those characters that they made around Mickey Mouse ended up becoming like full-fledged, movies and
Yeah, like they have their own
Yeah.
storylines and
They'll-
everything.
they have their own storylines and everything. So if you think about like, the Kardashians, that's really what it is. Like it started with one, then it just spread and it continues. Now like it'll go on to, Nori and all this so it's gonna continue going forever.
Yeah.
So in same case with us, like I like what I do. I don't necessarily love being in front of camera, but I understand the impact that it has
The
on
significance
the
of
business.
it.
Yeah, the reason that I do what I do has a purpose, not just because I want to be on camera or like want to be creating content. So for the most part, like that's why I love doing this with you guys, because for you guys it just comes so natural. You just feel like you're not even trying to be on the camera or anything like that, but it does have a purpose in like what you guys are like the business that you guys are building right now will benefit off you creating what you're creating right now, like content and putting out clips and sharing what you guys discover and you sharing like all the different stages of your business with the people around you through social and stuff like that. Like it's gonna become kind of like the Disney map. I
Yeah.
gotta show you guys the Disney map. By the way, if y'all haven't checked out the Disney map, y'all gotta check it out.
Check it out. Because it's like this is like one part of the map right here.
Yeah.
And then like, let's say I have my own channel where I do little like cinematic videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's like another part of the map connecting.
Mm-hmm. But you're one of the characters, right?
Yeah.
And then if you create like a merch line or you launch your restaurants, right?
It's
And
another-
that's also part of the map, like the restaurant experience, to experience like more of Jordan, come to his restaurant, to experience more of Genesis, you have to like buy her merch or buy her protein cookies or her cookies and whatever, like the s'more cookie, whatever. Like see, like all these products that you guys are making in businesses, all are tied into like even this podcast. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have created a blueprint. The Disney created a blueprint, but like even more relevant one, you can actually see it like very clearly, is the Paul brothers.
I was about to say the Paul brothers. Like I remember them from Vine and how they.
Oh yeah.
They're, I guess because back then it was just like, just put up your phone and record, and then now it's like everything's changed so much, and like and I know like they're very controversial, and then I know for like a point, like I just didn't like them. I'm still not a big fan of Logan, but Jake Paul, he's kind of like grown on me. But like just seeing where they are despite all of that, what's it called? Like all the controversies or what is like everything that like them being canceled, like they're still they still come out on the other end, and like seeing where they are now is just like that's crazy because they were normal people, like
you gotta have some lore to you.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of people don't understand about like the Kardashians very similar, the Paul brothers very similar in the sense of like they get a lot of negative hate, right? But if you really pay attention to what they're doing and how they've been able to do it, these are people like you said, like they're regular people. They're like you and me, but why is it that they're able to build billion-dollar empires? And if you start looking at it from that perspective, you can actually see, through the noise and see the greatness behind how they actually look at
what they did and everything.
Yeah, what they're doing in real time. I think one of my favorite ones from Logan Paul is like where he says, my job is to tell you that I'm gonna do something, and your job is to believe that I can't, or your job is to believe I can't do something. My job is to prove you that I can. Something like that. Kind of butchered that up, but anyways, that was one of my favorite quotes. Was like, because that's very like that's millennial type. Like when you tell a millennial like you can't do something, like they'll go out and do it, prove it to you. But then they'll be like lazy if they don't have any of that in them.
Wait, why a millennial?
Well, I'm just saying it. I'm saying in general, like millennials are
like,
because we're of age to do like maybe Gen Z too, right? Never mind, I'm getting old.
I think they're also very successful because they're not afraid to put their reputation on the line. Yeah. Like back when they were doing like when they had the beef with each other, it could be like brothers? You're supposed to be the brothers. You're supposed to be brothers and you're over here beefing, but it's like
that's true though.
It was all a show, right? Because even I believed it.
I don't know.
I think part of it was somewhat true. Like you're talking about like when Logan Paul showed up with like the Prime Energy drink at Jake Paul's fight.
Oh no. When like back in the days when there was the diss tracks.
Oh, that's in 2016. I remember that.
I mean, you guys remember that, right?
I remember that because I wanted the merch so bad. Because I think it was like tie dye, and the Maverick. Like I wanted it so bad, and I was like, oh my god.
I was
like,
a Jake Paul game.
I was like, that's messed up. Like he was with his brother's ex-girlfriend. Like my 12-year-old me.
It's like they're putting the reputation on the line, like knowing it's gonna benefit them, and like.
Because I used to watch what's it, the Team 10.
Team 10.
Yeah, I used to watch them.
What? Me too. I love them.
But think about it. Like these were all ideas. I mean, at the time, Jake Paul was probably like 18 years old when he came up with Team 10.
And they created that whole thing, right? The them living in houses because now they have like Bob houses and everything. But
they
got TikTok.
They set up the blueprint, which is what we're talking about.
Like the TikTok houses. And then there's always like a fallout, but like I just remember them being like the first people to start that, or like that's the first time I ever heard of that. Like a group of like teenagers just like coming in one house to live together, and then there was like this couple that they always like a bunch of other people would like ship them together, and I would watch it because of them too. I forgot their names, but
Chase.
I think Chase and her.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I remember. I was
Jerica.
Okay, that's off topic, but yeah.
Do you remember that? I don't know that.
What is it again?
Jerica. They made a song. They'll be screaming Jerica all across America.
I remember that.
It was Jake Paul and Erica.
Oh, yes.
That was like, from what I remember, one of his last girlfriends in Team 10 house.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Alyssa Violet. What?
Well, regardless, like I think the point of all is like very simple. Just you have core memories of what they've created,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think it's when you see somebody lay out a blueprint and then you still hate on it. It just shows. It shows very. It shows really who you are as a person. I think that's what frustrates me a lot when people hate on greatness. One of the things that really bothers me right now
What?
is people talking bad about LeBron James. And I come from the Jordan era. I'm a super, I think Jordan's a GOAT, and you wouldn't be able to convince me even if there was somebody that was better than him. You wouldn't be able to convince me because
Jeffrey?
because I come from that era, right? Whatever. But regardless, like just the fact that people say negative things about LeBron James shows how much they don't understand
What he does.
what
how
he does or
it.
what
How he's able to still do it.
regardless of like the age and all that. Like just it's LeBron James,
Yeah.
and I guess to my point is even to my, like I think what I want to say is it's almost impossible to make it to the NBA. There's only been like I think like 4,000 players all time
Total?
to make it.
That's
And there's
Yeah.
8 billion living humans. So think about how hard is it just to make it to the NBA, like to see an NBA player in front of you, like or within reach, like it's like getting hit by lightning. It's how rare it is to have an NBA player
Yeah.
or to make it to become an
To
NBA
make it.
player.
And then like not only that, but he's great.
But he's not only that, but like on top of that, he's also been the greatest player in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So how do you
He like never peaked a different level.
developing.
new peaks? Yeah, and I think that's why I'm like, do you not understand what's happening? Like, you made it a point to make a whole video about LeBron like peaking. You know that video where he's like peaking supposedly,
Oh, yeah.
which it does look like it's peaking, right? But
'Cause,
like you couldn't speak about all the other greatness. There's so much greatness in
they
that
pick
game.
and
but
choose.
You chose the thing.
Yeah.
Like that one little thing,
They
and I
pick
think
and
that's I don't understand.
Yeah.
I
don't
understand
like-
culture, obviously, but I wish that was one thing that people would just realize, because I think that would actually, when you look at the world through a lens of not necessarily gratitude only, but in the sense of like appreciating the greatness that's happening,
Yes.
that's when I feel like you're really in tune
Yeah.
with everything around you, what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Because I was literally thinking about like something similar to this last night, because people on the internet they're like haters, like just like the biggest haters ever. Because like I always hear things like, oh, 75 hard is for people that are unemployed, or yes, they say things like that. They say like, oh, I hate how gym influencers are not even like real, like you can't even relate to them anymore or anything like. But there's this like influencer. She's like, I think she's recently like been like
Trending?
trending. Her name is Caitlyn, and this girl was
That's
like,
what we were talking about yesterday.
I don't know. Anyways, but someone made a TikTok saying, this girl made a TikTok like saying how a 75 hard is for like unemployed, for the people that are unemployed, and then that gym influencers are not even relatable anymore. Like you can't even like try working 2 jobs and this and that and still going to the gym and working out and being fit. And then like there's other videos, or how like if a 20-year-old with a 6-pack, they don't respect that, but they respect like a mom with like 3 kids and they still have a 6-pack. Like, why can't we just respect both? And like understanding that even having a 6-pack, it just in general is so difficult, especially because we live in an age that everything is just like, yes, of gluttonous, and everybody just wants to eat a lot. Like, why can't you just respect the hustle, the grind that it took? Because you think like to have that physique, you just wake up one day and you're just like, oh, like I have a 6-pack. And like, especially for girls, like, cause that girl Caitlyn, she's jacked, like she's lean, but she's also like, you could see her muscles, like and it's like she doesn't just wake up that day. Like she literally says that she eats like 180 grams of protein a day. She works out consistently.
Is that possible?
Yeah,
You
like
eat that many grams of protein a day?
That's like 5 bags of Khloud popcorn.
It's like way more than 5 bags. Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
and I don't know, it just made me so like, people are just so bitter online, like everywhere, because they just stay comparing like, oh, but they don't do this and then they don't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, she's still going to school. Like, even if...
But then on top of that is like, you don't really understand what the other person's actually going through.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't share, like,
and she doesn't share, like, a lot of her
the weight that
life.
they're carrying.
Uh-huh.
I think we're all going through some form of like struggle in our life, you know, to a certain extent, to a certain degree. I think everybody has a struggle, even the people that are billionaires, the millionaires, the people that you think they have all the followers or the you know, the perfect physique. Everybody has a struggle, and the goal is to overcome that struggle and inspire others through that struggle.
Yeah. Or there's also these like sisters, they're like the Calagra sisters, and people make videos of them like, oh, they will never know what it's like to struggle because their parents are like, they're really rich, they have a lot of money, and they blew up super fast. I think, like, I don't remember them, like, I just remember one day they were just already famous, but people are like, oh, they will never know like what it's like to like struggle. Like, why would you want someone to struggle to begin with? Like, like, why?
But at least they're like sharing, and they're like those memories and that content with everyone. Yeah,
they're super nice people, like down to earth, like at least what they show online. But it's like, why would you want someone else to suffer? Like, why would you want, like, yes, it sucks.
If they don't have to, then why?
Like, yeah, it sucks that you, like, whatever it is that you've gone through, like I'm sorry for you, but why would you want to wish that same pain on someone else? Like,
yeah, no, and top of that, I think, you know, to your point, you know, what are they supposed to do? Like, not chase what they want to do? Like, you know, that's the whole point of like life. If they ever given a different set of cards and they're making the best use of those cards, isn't that better than like somebody that doesn't have purpose in life and is just, you know, like, think about like what problems, quote unquote, would a rich person have? Well, you can think about 1,000 different problems that they can have.
They could
just
be
because
murderers.
they came from, you know, a rich family doesn't mean that they don't have the same problems that you have. Maybe in a different context, but it's the same way. The same way that you overcome the problems that you have is the same way that they overcome the problems that they have, regardless of if the problem is the same or not.
The way they're just so like full of hatred and just like they don't. Yeah, like I said, like, how do you not just like even if they don't have kids, even if they do, like, if their only thing in the world is to look like, not look, but to train to look like a certain way, why are you going to hate on that? Because at the end of the day, they're still putting in that effort. If someone is physically fit, you can't tell them like, oh, you're not fit. Like,
and sometimes this kind of maybe it's off topic, but some people's fit body sometimes they don't look fit, but like you'll see them when they run healthy and there's like a big difference in that. Because sometimes I'll see some basketball players, like, there's no hate to anyone, no disrespect in them, but they won't look like athletic or basketball players, but then you'll see like
the way they looked before.
The way they look before, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Like, there's a big difference.
Yeah, just people are just so rude. And then you're sitting there on the other side of the phone, probably like haven't done anything all day, and like you're commenting mean things. Like, literally, the thought of just commenting something like in general, like even a positive thing. And,
I don't even be commenting.
I know, like I can't even, like, it's just so like, why? No.
I've actually never made a negative comment.
Yes,
me either.
Exactly. And now imagine somebody on the like commenting like, oh my God, like she's lucky she doesn't have kids. She's like, what? You're a hater. You're a freaking hater.
Imagine me putting something like that. Imagine you're lucky you don't have kids on somebody like, you know what I mean?
Like, thank God.
Yeah. So, but I think it goes to show that, you know, you gotta, people are just, you know, a lot of the people that ended up getting some type of notoriety or influence online is because they're fighting to become that better version of themselves.
Yup.
Whether it's for a moment in time or for a long period of time or for whatever reason is, whenever they reach that level, a lot of people it's gonna come with a lot of hate. And the way you gotta see is the way you said it, Jordan, right now. Like sometimes they don't look like you would assume they would look based on what they do. Yeah. But then you look at like where they were, where before, they are now. Yeah. So the improvement is, you know. So yeah, that's it. I think we all have to strive to just become better. Whatever situation you're in right now, just become better. Tomorrow, work towards becoming the better version of yourself. Yeah. And eventually, like, those wins add up, you know, over the course of 10, 20 years. Yeah. Those wins will start showing up. Yup. You won't be able to recognize your old reality.
Yeah.
And maybe those people need to go through like the experience of everything to understand, which comes to like a conclusion that they're not doing nothing and they're just hating, right? How you said, because
Haters.
like when I would be real consistent with working out, I would feel like I wouldn't have progress or I couldn't tell progress. But then I look at pictures now and I'm like, oh damn, like I actually do look way more fit. Like when I was doing cross country, we were training like every morning and I would feel like it's not doing nothing, or like I don't know, I wouldn't feel like it was doing anything. But then I look back and I'm like, oh crap, like you could tell a big difference like in everything. But I'm more here thinking like, nah, it's no progress.
So wait, why were they hating on LeBron?
Oh,
Thank you. I don't know.
He got hurt and he was on the floor, and then like people were saying that he was just acting because he was on the floor and then he was like.
It's kind of like when you're checking if your parents, like you're acting like you're asleep and you check your parents already left the room and then you're like peeking and they catch you. It's kind of like that.
Or like
if you like plant a seed to like act like you're all sad and you're like seeing if anybody even cares.
like if something embarrassing happens and then you're like,
Yeah, and I think the point to it is simply that they they criticize LeBron for so many things.
yeah.
It's like
this,
bro, do you not understand what's happening?
like this dude would not be on the floor, laying down in pain if something actually didn't happen.
Correct.
Like why would he just be in the floor in pain? Like
Yeah.
that's the big reason why he got on the floor.
Yeah, but and you don't have to highlight that over.
Yeah.
Everything.
The
else
whole
that he's
high,
done.
the whole.
Yeah. So people will find
anything.
and zoom in on that, and then hide behind the keyboard and post it or talk about it or whatever. So yeah, y'all just gotta respect greatness. And when
and
greatness,
just respect one another.
yeah,
in general.
the real people, like the genius people, they recognize greatness as it's happening.
And then
That's how you determine somebody as, because a lot of people recognize greatness like when the story's been told fully.
Mm-hmm.
But as it's happening, that's how people pick up like great ideas for businesses. Like the genius will pick up, they will understand that, and will pick it up and make it into a business, a product, right? They'll know when it's happening. Also, coaches know when, this player versus this player. Like this player's like, he might not be the better one, quote unquote, based on stats, but this one's like prime right now. Like the greatness, if you guys can recognize greatness as it's happening, it's a superpower to have.
So moving on into the AI road.
What was the video that you showed me earlier on about the light beams or the app? Is that real?
So there's this company that makes, there's this company called, what is it called? Reflected Orbits.
Orbits. I remember Orbits.
Well, this company that makes that is putting like mirrors into orbit, and they're able to you're able to order light to any part of the world. So especially obviously during the nighttime.
Yeah.
So at nighttime you can order light specifically to where you're at, based on the coordinates, and also obviously reflected by the sun into these mirrors that are orbiting, which then sends it back to where you order it from. But
wait, what the heck?
Yeah. I don't know if it's true though. It's like one of those things where like, is this actually
like people putting it out there and they're not specifying any source type thing?
And how do you access it? Like with an app or like Safari or?
It was demonstrated through an app. There's obviously like demo videos and they show how it's being used. And yeah, you're at night and they order it like with the app, like where they're at with the location, and then they just all of a sudden you start seeing the light come through.
What the heck?
We should try it.
Yeah, we should try it.
We should.
When it comes out, we definitely should try it. I don't even know if it's available. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, and why it's hard to talk about some of these topics is because when it's still not out, like, how do you know what's
like
true?
a lot of the topics,
There's a lot of hype out there.
A lot of topics that we find, I'm like, oh, I can't find more about this. Like the flying bikes.
The flying bikes.
Yeah, it's like, is it real or is it true or is it people lying? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to send our people some false information, but I don't think anything could be false now. Everything's possible. That's what I've learned. So if we talk about it, it's probably gonna come true.
Well, at one point,
yeah, like that's like $1 billion idea right there. And it only beams on like, from what you know, does it only beam like on one section or it could like follow?
You can move it around.
You can move it around.
That's
See, those are all great questions, which I don't even know how to answer. Based on what I saw,
let's do it, and we'll do
order it specifically where we're at. I don't know what the cost of it ordering for how long. Can it follow you, not follow you? That I don't know, but it's a really cool concept. And then during the day, it's likely to power all these what's it called, solar panels.
And it's like natural light. It's like from the sun.
Yeah,
It's like reflecting.
It's like
from the sun.
if we ever need to film at night, we could get ordered from here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like just boom right here, bam.
Yeah.
It's daylight.
Yeah, guys, we gotta film the day because this light right here, when this, what do you call this? 'Cause it's not like a window. I don't know, this glass panel thing here provides this majestic look.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on right now in tech and AI. It's really, it's an exciting time, but it's also kind of like a scary time. And this is the first time in my adult life that I feel uncertain about technology, and it's hard to predict it because it's been moving like very wide and fast.
Yup.
There's like nothing. It's not like anything you can like grasp at. It's just kind of like they're just like saying things or like theories, and so it's like, what? Like, is this
Maybe.
real? Are you for real?
Maybe it's all the dead internet theory. They're planting those seeds to see how we react to them. If we react well, they're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that's isn't that called soft disclosure, where the CIA spends money on movies that will disclose
Certain.
possibilities that could
Oh,
happen.
to see how everyone will
See how
react.
people react, and depending on how they react, then it's released. But anyway, that's a conspiracy theory. I don't want to go to that. But ideally, like what's happening right now in the tech world is there's a lot of like. It's funny that you guys say like this. Really, they just say things, but like, how do you actually practice these, or how do you actually use them? Or
Yeah.
I think to the average person, at least, it's like if you tell this to someone, they'd be like, "What are you talking about? Like, I don't care. What are you going on about? You're just yapping at this point." So yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Correct. No, I mean, and you're correct about that. So imagine how I feel. I feel very similar in the sense of like, yeah, reflective mirrors orbiting around the Earth, sending you sunlight at night. Cool, but like, let me see it, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see the use cases for it. But also, like, one of the cool things that has been happening is the thing with AI is tied into everything that we do. It's kind of like electricity.
Yeah.
Right. The thought of AI is like current, and then like the practice of AI and using it is like turn on the switch, and now you have light, or you can shoot a podcast with lights and whatever. It's like this.
Yeah.
So that's it's very AI is very practical in use. You can actually say I want to do this, and then you go and do it. In the same token, you're able to see how it's going to impact like different fields. There's one thing that's exciting right now, at least for me, is it's called vibe coding. And vibe coding means like you don't really know how to code. You're not a programmer, developer, but you're making apps using AI.
Just vibing.
Just vibing with it, like, oh, I want to make an app about XYZ, and then it makes that. Okay, change this, change that, and you're just talking with it, and it's making it. And every time you send that out, like a new prompt, or change this or change that, whatever. It takes about 3-5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes. So, but it's actually figuring out how to do these.
And it builds it for you.
Can you make a game? Like, playing?
Yeah, but I'm like on my, just this week itself, I probably built like 5 different apps, all different verticals. And I think that's actually the next big opportunity, I would say, is being able to vibe coding and building apps that have like practical use for, even like if it's a practical use for like, even if it's a short window or like it's going to be a trend, you can make it now without having to spend, millions of dollars on developers and programmers and, all this money to like launch an app. Now you can launch an app almost instantly within a day. And whether that app is going to be used, for a day, for a month, for a year, you don't have to risk all those time and resources.
And does it allow you to like add in-app purchases where you get the money?
Yeah, you can. It's like basically like a regular. You can make any type of app. But just think about it like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about.
So that excites me, and to see how it's very practical on this.
Yeah.
There's some times where it's very like abstract. I call it like science vomit. Like, just people just coming up with the biggest headline.
But this is like simple and to the point.
But when you can actually, but when you can actually
use it,
like it's
use it and actually apply it to your life, you're like, oh wait, it's happening. This is, I can touch this. Every industry will definitely change. The CEO of Fiverr got a lot of heat. He sent out an email to all the employees. It's like AI is going to replace you, like even replace me. So it's happening. Like learn how to use it, learn how to adapt to it, because
he put it bluntly.
really, that's what's gonna. I do believe that's gonna happen. I used to believe like creatives will be the last people to be replaced, but it's actually the first people to be replaced are creatives, like writers, painters, photographers,
because
filmmakers. Yeah,
creators,
like you can do your own commercial photo shoot right now in 2 minutes.
But writers,
it's like we're like writer's block isn't even gonna be a thing anymore, because like.
But how? I feel like that, like AI would have to develop a consciousness so deep, like to where they can. I don't know, because I think about like books, poems, and like how does a robot come up with like such depth?
Well, because it understands deeply. It's been trained through so many different writers that you can adapt a specific style that you want. And instead of spending like a year to write a book, you can write it in 1 hour, 30 minutes. You can write a whole book. That does come from you. You're directing the but you no longer need an editor. You no longer need somebody to help you write the book. You're the author now.
You know, it'd be a good prompt, a good cheat code. So like, you know how in some movies or shows, there's like, they'll have books, like, what do you call those, like little subplots, but they're just like books. Like in You, they have a book for the girl in the first season. She made a book, and like they hype it, like they talk about it a lot through the show, but we never know what the book says or what she actually wrote.
Oh.
We
Like
can
a side story?
Yeah, but like they don't go into it. Like, what if you use ChatGPT or AI to like, oh, can you provide the book for me, and like what, like based on all the not like information from the show, can you write the book so I could read it and I could like have more insight on it?
Yeah, you can do that. You see how that wasn't possible before?
Yeah, but now
And
like if I want to read Beck's book, I could be like, can you write me like a couple of chapters of it so I could read it and what it would be about?
Yeah, and that before you needed to hire like a writer, and you needed to go, like when we wrote Guru Cats, we traveled to like Dallas to meet with a writer because we couldn't find a writer to help us write out our story, and we interviewed different writers, and we would have waited like 4 years. We could have just had AI help us write all our ideas and publish this book, versus it taking us 2 years to write a book. I don't know, like it does. There's a lot of like pros, I guess. Also, like I really enjoy the idea of not ever having to edit a video anymore. Just be like, hey, this is the footage. I want this to look like this. You give it like the prompt,
template,
and then it comes and you just vibe edit. You're not really vibe coding. You're vibe editing. You're just vibe editing the video.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I think AI is really that good that it can actually follow instructions very clearly based on how good you can communicate with it. So it's an art form too itself, directing.
Yeah, you're like in control. Well, AI.
I don't know if this makes me sound like a boomer, but
Jane's such a boomer. She's millennial. I'll
just
say a
feel
joke.
like
She's like, huh? But who? But what do you mean? I'm like, bro, never mind. Bro.
It's just I'd be tuning out, and then all of a sudden I just hear a voice talking about something, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get you.
You never get it. Like, but why?
Okay.
But what were you gonna say?
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it takes away like the art of doing something where like it challenges you, and like I'm not saying like doing something like that wouldn't challenge you because it's something new and that we don't understand, so you would obviously have to learn about it.
You sound like brown tea. I'm kidding.
Shut up. But like having a muse or getting what's it called? What's that word called when you get
Satisfaction?
No, not satisfaction.
Like, I figured it out.
Fulfillment.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, like when everything starts flowing and you're like, okay.
Flow state?
Yeah. Like, what would happen to that if you wouldn't put yourself in that position to, sit down and just like focus on something?
You know what I hate? When I'm thinking so hard about something and like how I want it done or how I want to do it, and I'm like, oh, and there's just so many like not barriers, but like so many like little things to get over that you have to do it. And then somebody's just like, oh, why don't you just do this though? And I'm like, wait, you're right. So why did I think so hard of like I have to do it like this?
like you're making it harder for yourself. Is that what you're trying to say?
But like in my mind, that's the way you're supposed to do it though. The way you said it won't bring the same like fulfillment this thing needs.
But fulfillment is for the end user or for like the person doing it?
For the end user.
What do you think, Genesis?
The person doing it.
See, you guys are thinking about two sides. You're thinking about the end user. She's thinking about the artist that actually paints, or the one that draws, or the one that writes. And I think that art form, if you have that,
wait,
you want, like, for example, there's photographers that still shoot with film. Would I shoot with film? I've shot with film. Would I shoot with film? Probably not. If I get, if I'm working on a project, I'm not gonna shoot with film. I'm gonna use the tools that allow me to work and deliver the best that I can. And does that make me does that give me more fulfillment or less fulfillment? I don't think it matters for me. Like, shooting with film would not give me more fulfillment. It's just the same.
No, I get that. Like, I get if something can help you do it like
that's AI though.
Better. But I don't know, I guess the way you explained it sounds like you would just be doing it for you. Like, you just say, oh, do this, and then like, or I want this, and then it does it for you.
I mean, the part where you do put in your input is you like specify all these things that you want done and how you want it done.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
And you review and approve.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, like, you can work with AI and I can work with AI, and we can have like a similar vision of what we want to do. Mm-hmm. And you'll end up with a completely different result than I will, because the way we communicate with it is going to be different, and the way we know how to use these tools is different. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where it gets really interesting, because you can create more, and then basically anybody that wants to express themselves through any type of art form can do so, because it's not just meant for people in Hollywood. It's not just meant for people with big budgets. It's meant for, like, anybody can now do it. So that's what excites me about it.
Like, how it's so accessible to everyone.
It's accessible. I always think about the crayon, and like think about, like, have you guys ever thought about, like, when crayons get invented?
No.
Well, regardless of the year, but like one of my favorite things going back to school when I was a kid is like when my parents would buy me the box of crayons.
Yeah.
And it was either the 8 or the 16, right? And if you're lucky, you got the 128 or the 64.
The 64 is so cheap now.
With the sharpener in the back?
Yeah, the sharpener in the back. But like when the crayon got invented, what it allowed for kids to do is now to be able to express artistically into the real world what they were thinking. Mm-hmm. You see? So that's what AI is doing now for other people. Like, it's just a tool for them to allow them to express through film, through poetry, through music. Like, for the first time I made music, I made like 300 songs with Suno the other day, and I was like, damn, I'm actually good at making music.
Like 15 albums right there.
But you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's different ways of looking at it. Like, I don't think there's if some people are obviously going to be, like, when I say the word replace, it feels bad, because like me, like, you won't really need somebody like me to tell you how to run a marketing campaign anymore, or like what a good logo looks like or a bad logo. You can just say, hey, you could prompt that you're the best, marketing director of all time, and I want you to come up with a campaign for this product that I want to sell, and it'll give you something that's probably better than what I do. Mm-hmm. So we're all gonna technically be replaced. And a lot of people will still go the old route and shoot with film, aka you do things without AI. But I think the winners are gonna have to adapt to AI and use AI.
Yeah.
The ones who don't use it are gonna be like on a little island, like rebelling.
You're so random.
Like, we're not using that, and there's gonna be like
you're like off the grid.
a little newborn kid in there that's like starting to, not a newborn actually. Someone who already knew about AI, but they were forced there and they started rebelling, and then like we had to kill him. So
anyway, I know we're out of time, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is this Reddit on ChatGPT psychosis. Now people are losing like their loved ones through
AI
through
psychosis.
But I think we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah,
Start
we
out
could
next- yeah, 'cause-
definitely talk about that next episode.
Yeah. So we'll leave you guys like with that.
Okay, guys, so that is it for today's episode on Los Digitals. We will be back with more interesting and cool topics. We hope you enjoyed what we talked about today. Let us know in the comments about anything you want to hear, anything y'all want us to cover, and we'll do our best to try to do that for you guys. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, whatever time it is, and have a good one.